If there is a dog or a cat outside a house, we call it a stray. Why do we call it a stray? We do not consider community animals as a part of our. Every time there is Sankranti, literally hundreds of birds are injured just in a suburb in Mumbai. If a mother who has hatchlings in a nest, she's gone to get food and she's killed. So you're killing an entire family. People really don't understand. People think it's so unnecessary. Why is she even talking about this? It's just an animal, no? How does it matter? I think we are born for this. We are born to take that pain again and again and still wake up the next day and still do what we believe in. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Sada's Green Life. I really hope you all are safe, healthy and happy. Well, I'm here back in Hyderabad on the sets of Neetone Dance 2.0. It's going really well. I had a breather of half an hour, so I thought of doing this episode that I have been asked by the team for a very long time. So people who follow me on Instagram, you would know that I'm a lot into animals, be it speaking up for animals, be it spreading awareness about veganism, be it about wildlife. My life revolves around animals. And in my bio also, I have mentioned, of course, that I'm an ethical vegan and I'm an animal rights activist. So there was a question as to what does it mean when I say that I'm an animal rights activist. So basically, a little about what it means, and then I'll tell you why I became one. It means we as animal rights activists fight for the rights of animals. Those rights could be right to freedom, right to equality, right to existence, which is the very basic right, that is right to life. If you compare it with human rights, I feel, in humans at least the right to live is granted, but in animals that is also subject to the mercy of humans. So there are instances when we have to fight to give that right to that particular animal. Now there are various ways that animal activism or animal rights activism is done. Basically, if you see in cities like Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai or any other town also, we do not consider community animals as a part of our surroundings. Like our neighbors, if we know that okay, the neighboring building belongs to somebody, we call them our neighbors. But if there is a dog or a cat outside a house, we call it a stray. Why do we call it a stray? They are born on the roads, on the streets of our nation. It doesn't mean they are stray. They are as much a resident animal as we are, of the nation. So just to make sure that they get that space to live in itself is a big pain and a big task, because many people consider that as invasion of space. We as humans, we feel that this entire earth belongs to only us. Every other animal, every other species is taking over our planet, but it's actually us, the population of humans, that is exploding by the day. Because if you see, we don't really follow natural process of birth giving. If a couple is not able to give birth, you will follow procedures like IVF or surrogacy, or you wouldn't be so readily open to adopt a baby. But at the same time, when we reach or if we fall sick, we want to take treatment and get better. I think I've spoken about this in my earlier episode as well. So the average life expectancy and the way the human population is increasing by the day is beyond immense. But if you see animals, even if they're born in nature, they also, die as that correct number. It's always maintained. But unfortunately, there are some people who feel that because certain dogs or cats are in their surroundings, they would want to get rid of them. So either they will put them trap them and put them in some other area. If it's a cat, to a fish market. If it's a dog, to some other place where they won't be able to fend for themselves also. So that is wrong. That is where if I come across something like that happening around my area, which has happened a lot of times in my own building in Mumbai where I live, where I'm not allowed to feed my community cats. So I have to fight for the very basic necessity, that is providing them food, letting them be where they are, and we neuter them so that the population doesn't increase beyond a point that we as humans are not able to take care of them. So that is what it is. If somebody's subjecting cruelty to a certain animal, then as an activist we go to police station, we lodge a complaint. It's all done formally. Unfortunately, the fine is only 50 rupees. Even today, I think it's since the time the constitution is made, the penalty for causing harm to any other life apart from human is just 50 rupees, and it's not changed over the years, which is such an unfortunate thing. 50 rupees is nothing in today's time. Like the basic auto fare is also not so less. So that has to change big time. So there are a lot of things that we as activists have to keep voicing our opinions. We have to keep fighting for this cause. Apart from this, of course, there is another way that activism is done, which is for me, which is also a very, very integral part of my life, and that comes to fighting for the rights of all animals irrespective of their species. So it need not be just cats and dogs because we see them in our vicinity. It extends the compassion, and the fight extends to animals like goats, cows, buffaloes, pigs, horses, elephants, tigers, and for basically all those animals that are used by humans for their greed, be it for food, be it for clothing, be it for makeup testing, a lot of things. So how did I get into it? I don't know when I got into it, how it happened. I have no idea. First, it only started with me picking fights with people who were against me having cats or dogs around my building. It started from there. Eventually, it went on to a point where I remember there was an instance where my neighboring building had installed nets on their ducts with all the pigeons and the hatchlings still there. They didn't bother to remove the birds, and they put nets, fixed nets, and I could see the pigeons and all fluttering, trying to come out, trapped badly for days. So that's when I had to first talk to the secretary of the building, then bring it to their attention. When nothing was happening, then I had to get in touch with the police and the fire people, and literally get them involved to make sure that the nets are removed and the birds are out from there. So there have been certain incidents like these where the fights have been really ugly. I have had fights with friends that were staying in the building, and they felt it is okay to put nets when the pigeons are still there. And for me, no human comes above an animal. For me, if I have to fight for an animal right, and if there is a friend, or even if there is some relative or anybody who is very, very close to me in opposition, I will always choose the animal. It doesn't matter for me what the person or that human feels about me. I'm okay letting go of those people, but I will fight for the animal. So I think that thing is very natural. That is very, it comes very naturally to me. After all this, I think 2017 November, when I became vegan, my fight extended for other animals also, like I just mentioned. So now it's more about why we should be treating cows, buffaloes, chicken or hens, rabbits, monkeys that are tested, used for animal testing in labs. Then again, being against breeding of dogs and cats, which are breed dogs or cats. It just goes beyond those just the animals that I see in front of me. And I feel if I do that, there is a purpose for my living. If I voice my opinion, or if I put forth these things to my audience, somewhere I'm making use of the number of followers that I have, in terms of that voice reaches that many people. If I don't do that, I feel like what have I achieved? If I don't make use of this voice, once I'm gone, what meaningful have I ever done in my life? Acting, all of that I feel it's a very superficial aspect of my being. The core, the value, the moral, the ethics, something that makes every cell of my body is this, activism. And which is why I keep doing videos as and when it is possible. I keep sharing stories on Instagram or Facebook where, even if 10 people see that and understand, like, okay, you just have to be kind. There is nothing, they don't expect you to, take care of them in terms of raising them or that. No, they just want them to be left alone. That is it. And do not cause any extra harm or, like especially during festivals, I feel like Holi, which is just gone, or Sankranti when we fly kites. Glass coated manja is banned. It is against law to use a glass coated manja because very, very recently a policeman had his neck that had got trapped in the manja and he died while he was coming back from his duty on a bike. Again, there was this thing whenever there is a human casualty or whenever there is a human death, everything, all the rules and everything start coming up. It needs to be done ASAP. But the moment that news becomes cold, things are as is, they're just back to where they were. Wherein every time there is Sankranti, literally hundreds of birds are injured just in a suburb in Mumbai. They could be kites, they could be pigeons, they could be parakeets, sparrows, and nobody's bothered. Like, there are few NGOs who pick these birds, they treat them, some of them die. And it's a basic thing. Like, imagine if a mother who has hatchlings in a nest, she's gone to get food and she's killed. So you're killing an entire family. Okay, fly kites. Nobody's saying don't fly kites, but can't you fly kites with those normal threads which will not be life-threatening? It's something that you can still have fun with. Why do we need those glass coated manjas just to cut somebody else's kite? In that greed or in that fun, you are actually killing so many innocent lives. You are injuring them, which cannot be ever recovered. Unnecessary, I feel. In Diwali, crackers are burst. They're tied to dogs or cats' tail and crackers are burst. There's so many cases that keep happening. Do we really need to do that? Why can't we just be true to what we are called? Humans. Simple. Isn't it that simple? We just need to be kind and compassionate to every single creature that we come across. That is all that there is to it, I feel. And sometimes it breaks my heart to see that people really don't understand. People think it's so unnecessary. Why is she even talking about this? It's just an animal, no? How does it matter? So that hurts a lot. But it's fine, I think we are born for this. We are born to take that pain again and again and still wake up the next day and still do what we believe in. So that is what animal rights activism is all about. I have tried to cover it very simply, in short. If I have to keep talking about incidents, there are too many out there. But yes, I think this is what makes me what I am, and I will like to continue to do this for the rest of my life as long as I'm there. So yeah, if any of you all could connect with this thought or could connect with the basic idea of compassion that needs to be extended beyond the human circle, then please try and help animals in whichever way possible. You could feed a dog every day. You could feed cats in your premises every day. You could put a water bowl for birds. It's already summers. You could do that. Anything that gives you that, okay, you have lived for some other life than just living for yourself. Do that and see how meaningful and how beautiful your life will start to become. So yeah, that is it. With this little hope, I'm signing off. And I really hope you all could make a connect. If you did, do give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. I shall see you very soon in my next one. Until then, stay safe, feel good, and be blessed. Bye.